Bienvenidos a Besos de NYC. I'm Patricia Wedding, and today I'll be introducing you to Jenn Small. She is an entrepreneur, a leader, and a collaborator. And if you take anything away from today's interview with Jenn, it's the importance of mentorship in a person's career and how her mentors played a key role in her success and how she's giving back to the community as well. So with that said, please like, comment, subscribe. Please check out my previous video titled Being on YouTube, in which I just gave an oversight of where I've been, how much I've grown and enjoying developing my YouTube channel, and where I plan to take it. So with that said, let's go meet Jenn, and thank you for being here.
Hi, I'm Jenn Small, and I'm the owner of Jenn Small Services and the Chief Operating Officer of Keex. Jenn Small Services is a business consultancy. Essentially, I help other small business owners with event planning, revenue generation, organization. It's something that I realized a lot of creatives start businesses. As a creative myself, but I am fortunate to have both sides of the brain where I'm very organized and I'm not all over the place, which is something, not to categorize all creatives in that way, but it is a challenge that creative people tend to have with being organized. So they hire someone like me as a consultant to come in and help them figure out how they make changes to improve their business. So my background is in finance. I started off in sales and trading, and then maybe about 5 years into my career in finance, I went over to the operations side. And so being an operations professional has allowed me to, negotiate contracts, project plan, help people kind of get things from or from an idea to conception. And so that skill set has allowed me to start Jenn Small Services to help small business owners. I am a business management and studio art minor. I went to Stony Brook University, and prior to that, I am a New York City public school kid. I grew up in Brooklyn, and I went to a public school from K through high school. So Solomon Brothers had a partnership with my high school, and I was able to turn that into a college opportunity when I was interning at the now Citigroup. And from there, I got a full-time offer. My full-time opportunity started with the repo desk. I was a sales assistant, and then Citigroup had a change where they essentially created a product for hedge funds and asset managers, which I was a client executive in like a client service role in that group. I decided to start my own business because during the pandemic, I came in contact with a few different entrepreneurs that were having some issues and challenges with creating or further expanding their businesses. And I realized that a lot of people were coming to me asking for advice about what they could do, how they could get started, connecting them with legal and professional services, such as like accountants or lawyers. And then I was just like, well, why am I not doing this full time? So I started Jenn Small Services, with that being one of the elements that I provide to clients. So Keex is a African-born, world-class cool footwear and apparel company that was started by my business partner in 2015. I am also an artist, which I think I mentioned, and I wanted to do a little bit more creative things. Like I would do artwork on sneakers for like family and friends, and I wanted to do it on a Black-owned shoe. Not something that you really come across hearing much about Black designers owning their own brands or footwear brands. So I did some research and I came across Keex. And just me, being conservative, I do have a finance background. I saw they had a 10% off coupon that had expired, and I sent them an email. I was like, hey, can you guys help me with a potential discount code? I'm looking to buy a pair of sneakers that I could do some artwork on. And then, so to my surprise, the person who replied to my email was the CEO, who's now my business partner, Jide Epaye. And he reached out to me and said, hey, you know, you mentioned you're an artist. If you did something that we could collaborate on, we could profit share. And I was like, wow, 2020 is really stretch goals, because I literally, you know, got into this solely for the purpose of wanting to produce something creative, and then it turned into a business opportunity where I'm now an investor and the COO of Keex. He recognized like my background in finance and my operational expertise, and he asked me to come on board. So yeah, as of as of about November of last year, when he came over to the US, we did a tour, a few different cities, New York, DC, Chicago. We did pop-ups and experiences, you know, looking for model talent, trying to get the brand story out there, and you know, history was written. We're really doing it. And we have a couple of cool things in the pipeline, and we're really looking forward to Keex, you know, being a household name in the U.S. As, you know, not only just a Black-owned product, but a really cool product that collaborates with artists and, you know, shares stories. As I mentioned, Keex had a U.S. tour, and in New York, our events were extremely successful thanks to the partnership of Erwin Caesar, who's the owner of 333 Lounge, and Adrian Mondesir, who is the owner of Blackberry Wines. And these two gentlemen believed in the Keex story, and you know, worked with me to kind of produce an amazing event. And at the end of it, with the pandemic, you know, hurting small businesses, we kind of came together and thought about, you know, what could we do to help others. And one of the concepts that, you know, made sense was, it was like, one, to do something like networking event. And it was just like, well, actually, not just networking, like we can be a tool to kind of help support other small businesses and other entrepreneurs. And we did that with the help of Shanae Brown from Her Collectively, and we created the Small Business Suite. So 333 was a known lounge, turn-up spot, you know, Friday nights. My friend Lonnie, he was one of the key promoters to that space, and DJ Executive, who actually was our DJ for the Keex events. And obviously, you know, with social distancing and limited gatherings, the kind of turn-up had to die, so the business model was hurting. So I came together with Shanae and Erwin to create the Small Business Suite, which essentially is on Saturdays and Sundays. 333 is now a retail destination. So if you are a small business owner and you have a product or a service, you can come and, you know, get a table affordably priced through the effort of collaboration with other businesses, and show the community, the world, you know, those who come through the doors at 333 all about your business. And so we offer space to about 7 entrepreneurs, because on a daily basis, that's like the safest number of people that business-wise that could be in the room. And, you know, we help them promote it. Obviously, we work with passionate entrepreneurs, because, you know, there's pop-up shop venues where people think they just buy a table and, you know, we bring all the customers, but we want people who are passionate about their business, that are happy to tell their story, and we kind of help them spread that message. And so the concepts that I came up with were a Shop Small Saturday. Obviously, we know American Express is big on Shop Small, and they do a Small Business Saturday in December. But we figured that we could do that every weekend. People go to farmers markets, you know, they go to other pop-up venues. So we wanted to have a home for small businesses on Saturdays and Sundays, when people are usually home and have downtime and can check them out. And then on Sunday, I came up with the concept of Shop Black Sunday, because when I was doing the Keex events and other events that I produced over my, you know, since college, what I would notice is that people who I'm friends with that are like hairstylists or nail techs or barbers, they never can come out on a Saturday, because that's when they, you know, make their bread and butter. And the challenge was, you know, being able to include them. So with Shop Black Sunday, what we came up with is that, understanding that being an entrepreneur is difficult, but being a Black entrepreneur, life is even harder. So we've carved out Sundays specifically for Black entrepreneurs to have the room to be able to invite their friends and families who are probably having downtime on Sunday. So it's from 1 to 5. You have your morning to yourself, you have the rest of your evening to yourself, but you can come out and support those or support new brands, existing brands, just people who are actually, you supporting their businesses help keep the lights on. So in my life, I've been fortunate to have many mentors. My mom, both of my parents actually are from Caribbean heritage. They're from Barbados. I am a Barbadian American, and my mom is one of 12. So I grew up with 11 mentors because all of my mom's siblings have played a part in my life that kind of helped me get to the path where I am today. And then I've been fortunate to have more structured mentors. So Laverne Mitchell, who was a former Citigroup employee, or actually she goes back to the days of Solomon Brothers, was my mentor in official capacity through my partnership in high school and throughout college. And she's actually made the transition to be a New York City substitute teacher. So I'm very, very proud of her as a mentor, someone who's passionate about helping others, and she made that into her full-time career. I also have another mentor. His name is Jim Tempro, and he's a part of a scholarship foundation that actually supported me through college, and he was my mentor through that program. And I actually have created a scholarship opportunity in my family's name through that organization, just because they've helped me so much with my success. And I think mentoring is very important. As I mentioned, I am a creative. I have other mentors in that space as well. Ana Santiago, she was one of my mentors in high school who kind of made me follow my path through the arts. From the age of 5 years old, I was taking art classes. So when I say that I'm a creative, I am a visual artist, but I also work with mediums like wood and metal. I did art welding in college. I love the beauty of furniture because it is an art form, but it's also functional. And so John is he's the owner of Bienvenidos, which is a furniture company based in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. I would consider him a mentor as well. He kind of helped me go from the path of putting down woodworking from college until maybe about 3 or 4 years ago when I started taking a class at his Bienvenidos Academy in the Brooklyn Navy Yard. So I think what's important is for people who want to start their own business is to reach out and communicate with people that are successful, that are doing what you're passionate about. It always helps when someone can give you ideas and feedbacks. They know all the pitfalls, they know the challenges, they know the pros and cons. And so I think mentoring is extremely important to have people that you can look to for advice, as well as share opportunities. There's things that I found out about helping small business owners that I've shared with all of these people, and they kind of poured into me over the years, and I'm happy that I could give back to them in a way. Yes, you're welcome. I'm not a cold person. I'm very much laying the beach sand, but I'm here. I hope you guys enjoy this interview. I hope you can take something from it. And again, I'm Jenn Small of J Small Services and Keex US.
So I hope you enjoyed Jenn's story and took away some inspiration and motivation on how to go about on your career path, and maybe jump into starting your own business or anything new that you're trying to go for. And just, the signs are there. You need to go for it. Start your own business, do your own thing, go after, face your fears, and just go for it. Otherwise, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you the next time on our next adventure on Besos de NYC. This is Patricia Wedding sending you Besos de NYC.